Hello everyone, how's it going? Third time's the charm to get this thing started without the video switching to vertical. Anyways, I'm Angelo, been homeless in Northern Virginia for 4 months now, and today is my first day without a job in 5.5 years. Look at that sky behind me. Look at that. Ooh, what an image. Powerful Malikian image. It's Terrence Malick, if you didn't know. Or Ingmar Bergman, maybe? Or, I don't know, a painter? I'm interested in knowing more painters. I really should. I wish I started this earlier, but I had to charge my phone because doing these live streams just drains the battery quick. Last night was my last day at my job. Been a bouncer for 5.5 years, finally finished. I'm gonna put this in my car. Actually, I'm going to stop at Dollar Tree too.
Do you know if there's a gas station around here?
There are generally. I just.
Battery, I have to get
There are. I mean, I'm not off the top of my head, no, but there's like, what is it, 236 down the street there. Like there's some up the road there in, what is it? Old Town Fairfax, and then you go on Route 50 out there. Same thing.
I gotta get
It might be, it's a bit of a walk, I can tell you that.
Hello? Hello?
All right, got in, helping out a citizen in distress there. Anyways, so, have dinner? Should I have dinner or are you having dinner? I already ate, I barely ate. But, check out the sky behind me. So hey, live video, you never know what's going to happen. Lady was asking me about going to a gas station, and I wouldn't mind giving her a jump, but I gave my jumper cables to somebody like years ago, and I promise I don't have jumper cables. Oh wait, I don't want to walk this way. Oh great, I gotta go the long way around here. Is the video going? It's freezing. Wait a minute, you know, I'll ask her if she has jumper cables. You'll see me jump somebody live. Let me go back here and ask. Looks like she's from out of state, too. She's on the phone. I'll hang out and wait. But anyway, look at that sunset behind me. So how am I gonna make money? Well, I can't give her a ride. So the thing is, she's got a car. So where am I giving her a ride to? She needs her car to go somewhere. And also, let's see how this is gonna work out for giving somebody a ride. A lot of room there. So hit the like button, everybody. So how am I going to make money? Well, so I got another paycheck or 2 paychecks coming. So I still got a little time to spending too much money still. So it's a little cold out. I'm going to have to figure out what exactly I want to do. And now I got an idea. Finally, I thought of something. And it's nice because I get to work the hours I want, and she might have a couch for me to sleep on. Like she's on the phone, but I'm not going to interrupt her. But I'll ask her once she's off the phone. Well, now she closed the car on her door. I was thinking about what to do. I was talking to a friend. And he said this one store needs work. I'm like, I know that store. I wouldn't want to work there. It's just a miserable place to be. It's a nice place to shop sometimes. I won't say where, but I wouldn't want to work there. It'd be depressing, and it's horrible driving around there. And it's actually in the same area where I turned down the opportunity for a job interview because the traffic and parking is so terrible there. But I said, well, what about if do you think you know anybody who needs English lessons, who speaks Spanish, including yourself? And he's like, oh yeah, sure, me too. And I was like, awesome. He said he'll call me. Scottish streamer, I mean, what can I do? Like, if it happens, it happens, but my car is so ugly and there's so much junk in there. Yeah, I don't know. What can I do? Whatever, I'll just walk around. I gotta buy some water. Actually, do I want to go in which store here? I'll go in the one that might be less busy. So, I'm thinking I'll give Spanish lessons. I was sitting down studying Spanish. I really should have been brushing up on it more. I've been taking for granted all the work I've done over the years to know it fairly well enough by now to where I can sort of like just, you know, put together words and stuff that, you know, sometimes it's going the long way around trying to say something I need to say. But fortunately, I do know it well enough now to where I can speak, or I can teach the English very well. So I'm like, well, there's hundreds of thousands of Spanish speakers around here, many of whom don't know English, and that'd be great to teach them. And get this. This is just what I love about the idea of doing it. As you know, I hate white supremacy. I'm very against it. And part of white supremacy is all the conservative talk shows and pundits who hate immigrants, who are crying crocodile tears over the events in New Zealand. And meanwhile, they're spreading the same hatred that that person in New Zealand believed in. And they telling the same racist lies. Well, I decided, why not help the people that these people hate? Because when they complain about, oh, they don't assimilate, immigrants don't assimilate, here's what they mean. They mean they won't become white. That's all they mean. They could speak English perfectly. They could, you know, sound like they were raised right here. Does not matter. To them, they look at someone with a different skin color or a different face and say, that's someone who's not assimilating. That's what they mean. That's what Mark Levin means. That's what Tucker Carlson means. You see it in the more extreme. They're already pretty extreme. But in the more extreme racists who are just more open about, like, yeah, we don't like immigrants. Tucker Carlson, Mark Levin, people like that, Ben Shapiro, they all sort of play to the, like, oh, no, it's not, we're not against immigrants here, just, hang on, gotta get past the leaf blowers. I can hardly hear myself think. My arm's hurting now. Anyway, so I'm so glad to do that, and just like, it's just a nice little, to me, like throwing it in their faces that I'm being petty while helping people. Sprint store is empty. Click the like button, everybody, by the way. That'll help me out, help get this to the top of YouTube, because I am committed now to making big videos every day. So, 2 announcements. Tomorrow, hopefully, as long as everything, my mom doesn't get delayed or anything wild like that, I will be able to put up the Jimmy Kimmel video that my mom did. That will be really cool. I'm glad you all finally be able to see that. If you could have seen it on Jimmy Kimmel Live, but I really didn't know for sure it was going to go on that night until it happened. So that's why I didn't announce anything, because like I was waiting to see if it was going to go on or if they were going to push it to another night. The other thing is I ordered a new batch of YouTube cards. If you saw the video I put up the other day, I'll show you now. And I was handing them out on the street with some success. People were actually taking them. Like, I just held up a sign saying, I'm a homeless YouTuber, watch me and my funny mom, Angelo's mom. I had pictures of her on there. Hold on, I'm trying to get them out of my wallet. This is, okay. One hand, it's a little tricky. And my fingers are cold. Here. So I'm giving out these cards to you all. So if you want cards to give away to people yourself, get this in the light, and it's got the link on the back. All it says is Angelo's mom, and then my channel name. There's a QR code, so you can just scan it into your phone, and also a picture of what you will look like when you watch my mom's videos and my videos. So if you want these cards to give away yourselves, all it is just being a part of the channel, helping promote it, because you all are supporting me so much, supporting me and my mom and dad. If you want these cards, my email is in the description, flyingovertroutam@gmail.com. Send me an email with your address in it, and I will send you some cards so you can just give them out to friends, family, coworkers. Leave them at like cafes. They have bulletin boards. A lot of times you can like leave it up with a thumbtack, or some places are really hard. Like you have to just tape it up there. Ricky Dyson, thank you, man. $1.99. I appreciate you. Everybody say thank you to Ricky. So I'm gonna get some water. Man, people look at me, it just feels weird. They're like, what are you doing? What are you doing, man? Leave me alone. Alright, I know exactly what actually, I don't even need this basket. Did you all see the Olive Garden video? That was pretty cool. Long time in the making. Go check it out if you haven't. Nolan did a fantastic job. Again, Ryan. Oh my goodness, Mr. Amazing, 99 cents. Thank you. All right. Some water. There we go. That's true. Small donation will help out. If I don't need or want people putting like, trying to make big ones, $5, $10 or whatever, because that's a burden on you. Hey, how you doing? Okay.
Yes.
All right, thanks.
Here you go. Have a good one.
Good night. Yeah, there you go. You just no, you just paid for my water. So thank you for that. Oh my goodness, Scottish streamer, 79. What is that? Pence? Euros? How does that work? Thank you, God. Yeah, small donations are good just because it's not a burden on you. And like for instance, it's more on Patreon. The difference between that and giving big donations is if you find you can't afford it, or you just don't want to spend, whatever, a certain amount every month donating, it's easier to make the decision to stop because you're donating so much every month. Whereas if you do it like $1 or something, that's not a big deal. So, and if a lot of people do it, even if half of them decide they don't want to donate after a certain point, that's still a lot of people supporting. So thank you guys for that, and thank you for mentioning it. Now the comments are stuck on the screen. I can't even scroll and see what else. Okay, now I can scroll. So I'm thinking about tutoring people in English now, Spanish speakers in English, because it's something where I can set my own hours. I can be very, informal about it. If I want to work one week, I can. If not, if I want to take more clients one week, I can. There's a ton of people around here, hundreds of thousands, who are Spanish speakers, many of whom don't speak English. And I'll be pissing off racists and conservatives in my own way just by doing it. I'll be so glad to. Oh, I love doing that. I really think those people are just terrible. I kind of want to get some clothes in here, but I can't spend much money. So yeah, right now, technically, I'm just unemployed and homeless. Oh my goodness, Scott, a streamer guy. Another 199, what is that, euros? Or is that another currency? Nasdar, thanks for joining me. Wow, you guys are coming through with a lot of donations. Thanks. Oh yeah, you see my shirt? I got my Angelo. You can get that on Zazzle, the Zazzle store in the description below. And I set, whoa, the amount of money I make on the shirts is about as low as Zazzle allows, because they're already so expensive, the shirts and merchandise there, that if you try, like, there's a slider, you can pick how much money you want to make on each piece of merchandise, but the problem is the price goes up when you do that, and I didn't want to make the price very high, so I think I'm making $1 or something on each piece of merchandise I sell. It might be even less, I'm not totally sure. It's been a couple months since I made these. I just finally bought one. I am a little scared, I guess. I was realizing, wow, like, there's no, complaining about how I'm stuck going to work and stuck in the area around my job and into a certain routine just because I have a job now. At least I could always, tell myself that before as the reason why I can't make all the videos I want and go to all the events I want and movies and film festivals and political stuff, events, protests, demonstrations. I gotta zip up my jacket, it's getting a little cold. Oh, it's pounds. Scottish Streamer says pounds. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm trying to, here, I'll just lie this flat down. Hello. Vic Berger came out with a funny new video today. Check that out. Vic's a cool guy. I've been a fan of his for a time. I remember seeing him back when he had just very few followers anywhere, and I thought he just made really weird videos, and then I got into it and I became a fan of his. And we were talking, and now thankfully he's just blowing up and doing so well, and I'm really glad to see it. So I am a little, check out that sunset. I wish I had a better camera on my phone. Battery drains so fast, 71%, but I have a portable battery charger. So what I was saying, the amazing thing about, my situation now is kind of no excuse for anything. I have the time I need. Money's an issue for sure. I've been spending still just practically $30 a day, because no matter what, if I think, I'm not spending money today, then I got to get gas. And gas prices are going way up. It was getting close to $2 a gallon a few months ago in certain gas stations, really cheap ones. Now it's like $2.50 a gallon. So I'm, having to be really conservative about my money. I'm pushing the videos. I'm hoping, I can make some really exciting ones. I'm talking about it with my mom. And now I know, there's no excuse. I got to just work as hard as I can on the videos and travel places and go to events. And I'm going to more filmmaker events because I want to meet other filmmakers who will also support my videos, subscribe to my channel, and who maybe I can work with. Click the like button, everybody. Again, that helps get the channel to the top of YouTube, get in people's suggested videos. So now the scary thing is, it's almost like, I don't know how to describe it. I always visualize it somehow as I'm no longer on rails, because there's nothing between me and what I want now, because I don't have the excuse it's comforting to have excuses, to say, well, my job is keeping me so busy, I got bills to pay, I can't do anything that I want. I don't have the time that I want, just can't do it. No, now it's like, there's no excuse for anything. I can get up any time of day I want, I can sell something, I can, pick up any side work that I want, I can do videography. And so I can't tell myself excuses like, well, I'm going to be too tired if I metro into DC for some event or something, and it's not going to be worth it. It's like, well, I'm at the ultimate phase, like the last step where there's nothing between me and total bankruptcy, and which would mean losing my car and then having no car to sleep in. Click the like button, everybody, again. 14 people here. Thanks for joining me. So, like, now it's like, wow, no one's going to give me anything in the sense that, like, my boss or my job was giving me money. Come on, there we go. So no one's going to give that to me. Now it's like, now I have to decide what's going to happen and what's going to happen with that. So I'm excited because, for one thing, giving out cards was cool for my YouTube channel. Second of all, if I start tutoring people in English, I'm going to get to, it's like doing what I want. I know how I want to teach English. I know how difficult English can be. Because once, I've learned a lot of Spanish. Great, now I can't see the comments. Wait, now I can see the comments. Sort of. Thanks, Nazdar. No, I can't apply to unemployment because I quit my job. It doesn't work. Like, if you're laid off, you can get it. Just hanging out right now. So, oh, I like that light. Even though it's not green really in person, I like it. It's very moody. It's like a music video. So teaching people English, that'd be great because also, once one person likes it, if they tell another person or 2 or 3 people, I'll have so many clients, and I know how I want to teach it. I know so much of what the difficulty is in learning it, and if you learn it the wrong way, it's going to really set you back. Because, we take for granted, English speakers, how you pronounce things, how you spell things, but the reality is in English, there's not really rules for how you spell things. The language is not phonetic. I was thinking about the word like anything with T-I-O-N, like graduation. It's spelled like S-H-U-N at the end. So when people are learning English, if they don't have some way of learning, like, how you say things is different from how it reads, then you're going to totally set yourself back with wrong pronunciations, and you're going to be frustrated and want to give up. So fortunately, I'm aware of all that, and I'm sure there's more to learn. And so now I'm really practicing my Spanish and studying it, and trying to read it and listen to it. And fortunately, I'm at the point now where I already know enough to where when I listen to it or watch it or read it, I learn it so much faster. So that'll be great because I can just, even if I get like 10 clients a week, that might be more money, or not quite more money, but depending how much I charge, but 10 clients a week might be about as much as I make now, or like say 10 hours a week of teaching. It might be about as much as I make now, but it's way less hours of work, and it's more enjoyable work. And I'm doing a task that's, it's actually important and does something for someone else, as opposed to just bouncing where I just stand around most of the time. Hey everybody, 15 people here. Click the like button, everybody. That helps get this to the top of YouTube. This is my first day with no job in 5.5 years. You may think that's crazy, but that's just because you're not me. So if you were me, you would be doing this, and you would be making videos, but you're not. So right now what I'm thinking about is, okay, saving money this week, making a lot of videos, trying to really turn it. I always think of it in terms of like a Rubik's Cube. Like, you got to, flip the whole thing over sometimes to make a big change. So what I'm trying to think is, okay, I've done these what I can expect, you can expect from me for a lot of videos. Now I'm thinking, how do I totally turn that over and surprise people? So one thing is, tomorrow I'm going to have the Jimmy Kimmel video. I've already talked enough about the previews of it to where I don't mind just saying it. My mom had a video on Jimmy Kimmel Live. We shot it with the show. It was really fun. And it was on the show last week. I didn't know until the last second it would be on, so I didn't say anything here. Otherwise, I would have announced it to watch the show that night. But I'm going to try and put it up tomorrow. If I can get to my mom's house, get my laptop out, which right now we're planning on doing. It just, if my mom's schedule changes, I won't be able to do that. So if I get that up, we're going to be able to put that video up, plus some bonus content, too. What was the other thing I was going to say? Check out the Olive Garden video, too, where my mom went to Olive Garden. That was a lot of fun. We shot that like 2 years ago, and we were never able to work out how to get it done until recently, and finally Nolan from Great Teen Vids, 14 Kids, edited it. By the way, he does videos for like Shrek Fest. There's a whole, weird internet subculture about Shrek that's just obsessed with Shrek. And he did the Jeopardy video about a remix of Jeopardy where all the questions and answers are Jeff. Can I hold a conversation in Spanish? Yes. It can get a little awkward and slow, but yes, mostly I can. It depends. It's like a different field that I'm aware of. Like if it's like some like areas, I generally know more words than others. So like stuff like the kitchen, like if I was in a restaurant or whatever, a kitchen, a lot of those terms I don't necessarily know, although I'm learning them. But it's just I would learn them very quickly. Spanish still is phonetic though. Yeah, it's not perfectly phonetic. Who cares? It's like 99% phonetic. Yeah, foreign words are added. That's the nature of, like you add words to a language that aren't of the language. But Spanish is still a phonetic language. If someone says otherwise, they're misleading you. That's why I say it's a phonetic language. You learn it phonetically for the most part. The few exceptions are things you just learn, or like the letter K in Spanish is not really a part of their alphabet, although it can be, oh, there's a car without lights on. Click the like button, everybody. That helps the channel out, help get this suggested to go to the top of YouTube. Yeah, English can be difficult because there's so many strange things. Like you hear it in English, so many people get the subject-verb agreement mixed up. Like a plural subject and a singular verb. They'll mess it up, and it's just because it's just confusing how the verbs are conjugated. Like it's not super clear, and it's just not intuitive. And where in Spanish, it's much simpler because basically all the verbs follow pretty much the same rules all the time, and you don't have to say the subject a lot of times. You'll just say the verb, and in the verb, the way it's conjugated, the subject. No, I don't speak Greek. I don't understand Greek. Tomorrow, I don't know if I'll stream tomorrow because I want to put up the Jimmy Kimmel video. Well, okay, I may stream tomorrow earlier, but I'm going to be really pressed for time with shooting a video with my mom, and then getting the Jimmy Kimmel video up. And I want to, if I stream, I'll want to do that before the Jimmy Kimmel video. I don't know. I think I won't. Oh, your Spanish final is tomorrow. Memorizing different tenses. Yeah, it takes some time, but like once you just hit certain milestones, it's like all of a sudden it's so much clearer. So yeah, good luck, Aaron. But so many words in English and like so many letters, they have like 10 different pronunciations. So you cannot look at a word, and I know that must throw off and intimidate so many non-English speakers. So great, the groundskeeping crew is going to be working right next to me. I'll go under another light far away from them. So I know that stuff, and I want to ask people like, so okay, why do you want to learn English? For what purpose are you going to use it? And what's your biggest struggle or your biggest fear about it? What's held you back? And then get into it so they, can be reassured, like, okay, I understand where they're coming from. I'm not going to be a hard ass. I want them to get the most out of it. And they can know, okay, it's confusing, but the one part of it that you need to incorporate into practicing English is time. There is no rushing around that. Man, I had this one guy who was going to tutor me in Spanish last year. I was going to sign up for online lessons with him, and he talked like such a jerk. I didn't even want to talk to him. And his biography said like, oh, I love people, I want to serve, I'm a religious guy, Catholic. And I talked to him on the phone. He's like, how do you say this thing? And I tried saying it. Well, first of all, here's how his voice was the whole time. All right, Angelo, how do you say this thing? And I said how I thought I said it. He said, there was a pause, and he said, no. And I said, oh, really? And he's like, yeah, here's how you say it. So I was trying to be friendly, and he was sounding like a murderer or something. So and also I wasn't really going to have time to do it anyways. And I was just like, forget it. I kind of wish I told him, look, why do you sound like you're so mad at me? Or like you just don't like me. That's it. Why do you sound like you don't like me? Didn't understand Jordan Belfort's lessons. He lost a client because he's like, no, that's not how you say it. And then when I canceled, he left me a voicemail saying, Angelo, I want to make sure I understand. So you're canceling for our appointment next week. Just please confirm with me. What the... And obviously, by the way, you know your religion's a sham, because if you had God, oh, the biggest, most wonderful thing in the whole universe, you'd think you'd sound a little happier than a guy who's like pissed off and constipated. We got a little snow coming. Yeah, I don't think it's not going to be much, they said. Anyways, this is a good opportunity for me because it's something like I don't want to work a job. I don't want to work for a company. I don't want to have to show up at a job with a single job site and do shifts there. I want to work the way that like makes the most sense to me, that I'm getting the most out of, and that like it's not just a waste of time. Like a lot of times I'm not even needed at the bar I was working at, but at least doing this, teaching English, like it's all concentrated, you know, very focused work that I'll be doing. Thanks, Nasdar. So I'll be hopefully hearing from at least one guy, and I talked to another guy, and I might reach out to a couple more guys that I know, asking like, actually I really should, asking if they want English lessons, and you know, asking about what their concerns are, what they need. That's the beauty of straight line persuasion from Jordan Belfort, the Wolf of Wall Street. You can use this skill of sales and persuasion and influence in any bit, and a big part of how you do that is not by giving an ultra smooth sales pitch. It's by asking questions about someone's pain and listening. What's your concern about getting a tutor? You know, how long, you know, what's your biggest fear about trying to learn English? Have you tried it before? Was it difficult? Did you have a bad experience with a tutor? I'm not asking like bad experience like everybody's traumatized by one. Like, you know, what was your experience before? Have you tried one? Did you have a good experience, bad one? What did you like about it? What did you dislike about it? And then work that into, you know, a perfect, like a custom, you know, crafted pitch, like this is, that's exactly why I'm here. This is a perfect fit for you. So what we're going to do is this: I'm going to figure out, you know, what you need, and then we're going to go forward and from there, and I'm going to tell you, you know, it takes time. You have to listen a lot, all that stuff. That's the beauty, straight line persuasion. That guy who well, just sounds like he hates people, like, no, Angelo, that's incorrect. Like, why do you think I want to talk to you? Like, if you don't sound like a human being. He missed out on that lesson. Yeah, it's hard to work in a company. I don't like being somewhere where I don't feel valued, and also where someone's like over you, like they're more important than you. I don't like that. I used to revere that idea when I was younger. I was like, oh, that's so cool, like working at a company and you're part of this big, you know, thing where lots of people are working. Now I'm like, screw that. That sucks. I don't want to be a part of that. I hate all these logos. I feel like it's so distracting in videos and movies when you see big logos. That's partly why I'm trying to move where I am. It's just so ugly to me how they stand out. Okay, there, that's better. I like the cityscape. I don't like seeing like huge fucking, you know, letters over my shoulder. Huh, thanks, Nasdar. Yeah. Well, you know, here's the other thing. Like I was saying, I was really disappointed and sad for a little bit, not long, over realizing I was probably losing out on that film job in Annandale, where I could have been working as a production assistant. But I knew like, okay, well, if it doesn't work out, I'll figure out something else. I'll just like, whatever the next opportunity it comes along, it'll be even better. And I really think this might be better because, first of all, as good as that company may be, I still, at least I'll be working for myself. I won't be working for a company. I'll have the flexibility to work when I want. I can make a lot more money at this job than I ever could with a company. And I'll be able to like generate so much more business. See what I'm talking about? It's just so tacky. That big fucking blue and yellow thing, that orange one, ugh, and the blue and the whatever. Get out of my face. Maybe I'll walk towards the street. Ugh, this battery sucks. 49% left, but if I want to keep streaming after this battery starts going too low, I got a portable battery charger I can plug in. So it's a little scary right now because I'm really counting on this guy to call me back, and if he doesn't, I'll call him. And I need to start getting a hold of people that he knows, and then from there I'm sure I'll just generate referral after referral. So I think this is the best plan for me, is giving giving English lessons. And also I appreciate so much more how tricky English is, because you really don't think about it. The word English ends with sh, but also if you say a word like celebration, it sounds like an sh, but it's not. And the word like soy in English, and in Spanish it would be soya. But soy, it sounds like an s. However, the word sure sounds like it's sh, but it's just with an s. So every word, it comes with its own pronunciation, and that's when I realized how absolutely backwards, like reverse engineered, like reverse built English is. It's almost like how they just say Microsoft built Windows, which is, instead of like making an operating system and just giving the guidelines or the like code or whatever to other companies to make software for it that was compliant with it, instead what they did, or was it Microsoft or it was like some computer no, I think it was Microsoft. Instead what they did is they sent somebody out to some computer software store to buy a piece of software there, and they built Microsoft to like work with every single one of those. So of course it's way less effective and efficient and way more prone to like malware and viruses or like security flaws, and also it doesn't run as fast. It's more prone to bugs. That was really the thing I was going for. Prone to bugs, all because it's not like built to be the best operating system. Instead, it's built around all those other pieces of software that were not made with the idea that they were all going to have to work on the same operating system. That's like how English is. So, hey, the lady's gone, so she must have gotten a jump on her car. I forgot about her. Oops. Oh well. Also, I'm not sure, my car battery is so like small just because my car is so underpowered. Like, I've tried to jump people before and it couldn't even get their car started because their car required such a stronger charge than what my battery could give them. Yeah, apathy sucks. Thanks. What? You love that big ass Best Buy sign? It's just so tacky to me. I hate it. If it was a video where I wanted to be in there, but it feels like, ugh. It's just gross. Too much. Enough. Enough with the Best Buy signs. So finally, I'm going to go out to the street. It was getting a little cold. It was pretty warm the last few days. Oh crap, there's not really anywhere to walk here. Let's see. Bush is arbusque, I think. Arbusque? I was just reading it. And fern is helechero, I think. Man, I gotta, like, I was saying these words so much, practicing them, and of course I forget them, so I gotta go back again. Or arbulito? What is bush? I forget. But fern is like elechero, I think. Elechero. Just gotta practice. Arbusto, that's it. What did I say? What I already arbusque something? I forget what I said. Arbusto. Yeah, that was close. Here we go. Great, now I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom. Oh, my hands are cold. I mean, it's hard to speak in a way, but you know, one thing I noticed in high school when I took a Spanish class that was good for me, like to know, was that the pronunciation came much more intuitively to me because it's so similar to Greek. And even though I don't speak Greek, I heard my mom speak it, and so I just took in the pronunciation. So I understood, you know, how you're supposed to do it, as opposed to doing, you know, clumsy mistakes like not making the AS sound properly. Like the people who do that still like mix it up with the L and like Elios or something. They would say ridiculous stuff like that. But meanwhile, I already knew, like picked it up, the pronunciation at least. Oh yeah, thanks. We got 15,000 subscribers. I forgot to even mention that. So yes, we got 15,000. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Over 10 years on YouTube. Nasdar speaks 5 languages. Wow, that to me is like too many. What I mean by that is like, I mean, that's great to speak them all, but I mean like, that's almost like too much information in my head. Like, what? I already am working on 2. I don't want to like start over with a 3rd one. And it gives me like anxiety to study Spanish. Just the tension of like, will I learn this word? Will I pick it up? Thanks, Apathy. Yeah, well, my mom's going to be in a lot more, hopefully. But 5 languages, it's funny because the thing is, like, if I started a 3rd language now, I'd feel like I just conquered a 2nd language. And now it's like a huge defeat if I show up and like, oh crap, we didn't really win that battle. Like, here's another one to start. Although really I'm kind of interested in like learning another one. Be interesting to do something like totally different, like Korean or something. And that'd be interesting because I like Korean movies a lot. I'd like to see those. Although languages like French or Italian, there's a lot of similarity with Spanish, so that would be kind of cool. And because I love Italian and French movies too, it'd be cool to actually understand them. But yeah, 15,000 subscribers is really cool. We're trying to think of a cool challenge video for it, something, you know, to show. Something, you know, like an event like we did for 10,000 where I ate my mom's food that I hate. I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'm going to pause the live stream while I go in here. I'll be back in a minute. That's better. So anyways, no. Back to the topic of the video, the title of the video. First day without a job. No, working last night, it was fun because I was there with 2 of my coworkers and it wasn't that busy, even though it's St. Patrick's Day, but it was the day before work day, so wasn't a ton of people there, so I was mostly just relaxing. And I was kind of like, man, I'm having fun, like I'm enjoying it. I'm just relaxed, like I know a bunch of people there. I almost didn't want it to end. By the end of the night, I was like, oh, I don't want this to end, like, not that badly. I wasn't like super, I want to get some light up. Like super eager to stay, but I was like, you know, this shift could go on another 8 hours and I'd be fine with it. I'm so familiar with this place, but that's how it is. I finished up and it doesn't really feel like that much is different. I just knew, anyways, like the last few weeks, it's time. Gotta do it. It is a little scary, but I'm not thinking about it. I do have a little time before I, you know, really have to decide on what I'm gonna do. So let's see. I'm not And I'm just learning to, take it one moment at a time. I was even thinking today, oh my goodness, there's so much I want to do. I want to get different stuff done. And there's no job to limit my schedule or get me to have to stick to a certain place. Literally, I drove out of work last night. I'm like, where am I going to sleep tonight? Because I don't have to sleep near my job if I don't want. So I just drove around until I found a spot I want. I was like, okay, I'll just sleep there. Hey, Jeff. Thanks for joining. It's my first day in 5.5 years without a job. And I'm glad I did it. Glad I stopped there, and I'm going to put all my energy into, my main things I'm pursuing: filmmaking, screenwriting, studying Spanish, because now I may be teaching people English. And I'm really glad to help immigrants, because that pisses off racists so much. Conservatives is what I mean. And they say they want immigrants to assimilate, but they're liars, because for them there is no way that immigrants can assimilate, because they're not white. That's all they mean, is they just somehow wish that other people, non-whites, could become white. That's all Mark Levin means. That's all Tucker Carlson means. You see it with the more extreme white supremacists who are a little more open about it, as opposed to people like Rush Limbaugh and Chris Plant, Tucker Carlson, Laura Ingraham, Jeanine Pirro, who just got booted from Fox News or suspended for her racism. And just imagine how stupid you have to be to believe what she said. I won't even repeat it. The ignorant racist propaganda, just being terrified of Muslims and assuming that they're like not Americans. So I'm surprised Fox News even bothered. I'm like, that's what they broadcast all the time. It's just she said it more openly and was dumb enough to do so. But I'm really glad to do that, just to piss off those conservatives, and just to say, that I'm doing it. I'm working with immigrants and rubbing it in their faces. I like that. So it's like 2 for 2. It's nice when you get to do something you like, make money, helping someone else, and be petty about it. Exactly. Disrespect Jeanine Pirro. How ridiculous. And Tucker Carlson's going on vacation too. Oh my goodness. Not that we didn't know he wasn't a terrible person. We all knew that. He's very admired by white supremacists. They talk a lot about how he's like an entry point for a lot of people, and he can push them more to be anti-black, anti-immigrant, anti-Hispanic, anti-feminist, anti-LGBTQ, anti-women. And he's finally having to go on vacation because of a young journalist who did some great work. So he was just saying a little more obviously what he believed anyways. Why do people play music that loud? How does it not hurt their ears? Hey, welcome back. I'm realizing now too, like tonight, actually I'm not trying to stay up too late tonight because I got to work tomorrow. That's the thing, like even though I'm unemployed now, I'm still as busy as ever because I'm having to make videos. I'm studying a lot of Spanish. I'm making videos with my mom, editing them, going to the gym, working out. It's just surreal. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself this weekend. It's like almost like, oh my goodness, like I'm free to do something. Like, should I go out somewhere? And actually, I don't know yet what I'm going to do this weekend. I want to see if there's some like filmmaker groups I can meet up with. There's always film stuff, so that's great too. Problem is, I'm not trying to spend too much money before I know where my income's coming from. So I haven't yet tutored anyone in English. I want to see how it goes, but I'm betting it's going to be a very positive experience for whoever I tutor, and that person is going to give me lots of referrals, and I can get more and more people who want to learn from me, and I'm going to be learning more Spanish in the process too, and it'll be great. I'm like, that'll be fantastic. And see, here's the thing. I didn't know that would work out because I was always like, well, I don't know if I want to teach Spanish. I thought about it before a while ago, but I'm like, it might be really difficult. I don't want to deal with people. I like to just, I don't want people to be reaching me at all hours, but I just wasn't ready for it. Now I think I'm probably more ready for it. And if I had gotten that job with the film company in Annandale, I would have been very happy about that and glad I got it, but I wouldn't be thinking about this opportunity. And I just thought about it randomly. I was texting a friend and I said, well, how about tutoring Spanish? He told me about some store that had work. I'm like, well, I'm not interested in that, but I'm going to keep looking. But how about tutoring Spanish? You know people who'd want to do that. He's like, oh yeah, sure. So I'm going to start trying to do that because I know just a lot of, I'm sure it's like a trust issue as far as just dealing with someone. It's like, they're teaching you, you don't want to feel like they're looking at you as stupid for not knowing the language. And so that's what I'm not going to do, is do that to people. I know, like, it's just, you have to listen to the language. That's it. You cannot look at words and know, like, if this was Spanish, elite, it'd be, where, is it on camera? In Spanish, it would be like elite, but you don't, silent, and you don't necessarily know that unless you just, whatever. So other than that, what am I going to do? Well, I still want to be, engaged, I don't know. Film stuff, I definitely want to take more chances and do more hard work. Elite, yeah. No, but okay, now it's started. The thing is, even the jobs I thought would be easy, they're not going to be that easy because I know I'm going to be stressed, having to go to the same place, do the same thing all the time. Might have a job, coworkers that I don't like, or a boss that I don't like. You're subject to, and you're not making much money. And also, I might be working shifts that I don't like. What is with people driving around here? So, other jobs, they just require a huge commitment of time. I'm not interested in doing that. I'll sit down for a little bit. There we go. And the scary thought about the film stuff is, again, it's like taking, there's no possibility of saying, well, I can't, like, I'm limited to doing certain videos just because of my schedule limit. It's like now there's no limit on that. If I want to do whatever, whenever, now's my option. If I want to stay up all night, I don't have to worry about, making sure I'm able to get to sleep on time for my job. Although still, it's kind of hard to sleep during the day and all that, sleeping in my car. But now it's like there's no excuse. Before there was an excuse, and that's comforting. Yeah, jobs suck. That's right, Cam. If jobs were so great, a lot more people would be happy at them, and they'd have enough money to pay their bills, and they wouldn't be so close to losing their homes, and they wouldn't have to work 2 jobs, and they wouldn't be like worried about asking for a raise or having health insurance, why should it be tied to your job is the dumbest, stupidest thing, the way the regulations on it are set up. I want to get away from all these people. I'll just walk around here. Oh my goodness, my battery's low. I'm going to have to plug it in. All right, hold on, everybody. I'm going to run to my car and get my portable battery charger. All right. Got 21% left on my battery. And this will drain fast. It could be like 1 minute before. Oh no, cars are crossing here. Can I run across? Yes. All right, I gotta get my portable battery charger. I'm lucky I've done a lot of running lately, so running's easy for me now. All right. Come on. Where is it? Where is it? I got too much crap in this bag. Come on, don't fail me now. Hold on. I know it's down here. I put too much stuff in here. Jump. Here we go. Found it. Come on. Come on. Now I gotta plug you in. Oh, okay, there. Got it. 18%. See, from running there to here, it went down 3 percentage points. Whoa. There we go. That's better. Yep, I got it. Thanks, Cam H. Wait, Cam H, were you the guy I was talking to on the 500 push-ups stream? No, that was another guy. Everybody's got that avatar. What is that avatar? It's from a video game. I gotta zip up my jacket. This jacket is so messed up. Its zipper splits open whenever I like sit. Thank you. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's from Fortnite. It's funny, it looks so old. It reminds me of like Deus Ex Machina. Even though I've never played that game, I've just, seen pictures. Alright. You don't, okay. The picture takeover is hilarious. Yeah, so many people have that. So many commenters have that picture. That moon. Yeah. Thank goodness the battery charger works well. Man, this phone, the battery dies so fast. I'm jealous of other people who can live stream for like 2.5 hours on their phone. I've been going for an hour and it's almost dead. So, not being with a job for the first time, I haven't like felt it yet, because normally on Mondays I'm off anyways. And I'm just glad everything went well there. It's like getting close to the end. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I hope, nothing bad happens. It's just, I'm very aware now. Like, before there was always this distance between me and what I wanted. I could always say, well, I'm stuck at this job. That's how it is. I've got to make do around that. And, especially, and the thing is, it doesn't sound like, well, a big deal, I'm at a job. Well, the thing is, okay, to be at my job, it would take up not just getting to work, but getting ready and everything, and then going somewhere to sleep. I would wake up so late from it, so my day would already be mostly gone. Then I'd go to the gym and shower, more of my day's gone, exercise. And so any like groceries I wanted, it'd be hard to get because it's so busy at the grocery store at that time, and I'm not trying to waste even more time in line at the grocery store. And so then I'd spend money out on food a lot of times, even if it's cheap stuff, just like hot tea and oatmeal from McDonald's. And so I wouldn't have time to go out and do anything at night. I wouldn't have time to get my laptop from my parents' house, because if I got it, then I'd want to return it before I go to work. And my parents aren't really close to where I work. So basically those days would be mostly lost to a lot of work I could have been doing. And that was 4 days a week. Well, that really, it's almost like 5, because then Mondays I always wake up late and get a late start. And, be driving around to the next place I'm sleeping, because I'm not trying to sleep the same place every night. Get too much attention. So now, that's not an issue. It's going to be amazing just noticing how much happens because of that, how much I can get done, I don't have to worry about, oh, is anybody going to text me and say, can I fill in for them at work tonight? Because, you know, that happens once in a while too. Or I guess is the main thing. Or just, you know, knowing during the week, I got to make sure I'm able to get to work by the end of the week, whatever happens, especially because now I'm living in my car. So, you know, if I want to be in certain areas, well, I got to stick to the area around my job. So now I don't have any of those problems. Yes, now money is the issue, but I feel like that's much more surmountable than having to lose time and not being around where I need to be. You know, now I'm having to limit how much I spend, which is tough. I'm not really doing that well. Having to limit how much I drive so I don't spend too much on gas. Having to, be disciplined now about like, well, I can't waste time now. As much as it, like I said, it gives me anxiety to study Spanish a lot because I'm like, am I learning it fast enough? Am I learning it well enough? You know, is this making a difference? But of course, it always, I realize it after I've listened to it that yes, I've learned it. So it's just about being disciplined and doing it and just trusting it will work. Oh, cool. Thanks, Cam H. Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, Tim. By the way, my mom called into office hours the other day. That was funny. Tim was super nice to her, but then he hung up because the connection was bad. He couldn't hear, so that sucks. It's like, oh, both times she's called in. One time the last time connection was bad. The other time, they couldn't get the volume right. But anyways, Tim's super nice to my mom, so that's always great. And once in a while, he'll share videos of her. And he's in the new movie Us, so might be reviewing that soon from Jordan Peele, new horror movie. That looks incredible from the commercials, and it's getting great reviews. So hey, that'll be funny. Get my mom to review a horror movie. She hasn't done too many of those. And I'm glad too that, like, at least I can be like an example to people of what's possible. Like, I didn't think or know it would be possible to live homeless and actually kind of enjoy it. The first few months, I've only been doing it like 4.5 months now. The first, like, I'd say 2.5 to 3 months could be really difficult for me, and a lot of highs and lows. As I've learned better how to deal with it, as I've gotten more support from you guys, it's made a big difference. And now I'm feeling a lot better about it and a lot more sure about it. And really, even all the failures, you know, kind of, you know, steelins me, like, just makes me, you know, more resilient and better able to deal with whatever happens next. And now quitting my job, it sounds like the stupidest decision I could make. But I was there 5.5 years, and all it did was allow me to keep going for those 5.5 years. And now I'd rather take a chance on something failing hugely and miserably and admirably, or try for something and have a huge success. So, I realize now's the time to do it. Like, so I'm closing that distance between where I am and what I want. Being at the job, there was always that distance because I'm like, well, there's this job between me and what I want. It's a scary thing in a way, but it's not really, because I've already had so many years of thinking about stuff like this and how these pieces are going to come together, how this is going to work, to where, think about it, look at how I've arrived at this position now. One, being on YouTube for 10 years and being dedicated enough to do it. And thank goodness, you know, all you people out there supporting me, and my mom supporting me. So, 2, learning Spanish all these years, even though I was never really sure what I would use it for. And still, I'm not 100% sure I'll be tutoring people in English, but I want to do that now. I'm going to try. And there's such a need for it. So I don't see how I'm going to have a shortage of people who need it. Really, I think imagine if I just did like 20 hours a week with how much you can charge for an individual lesson. I could be making way more than I was before. And 20 hours a week is still less than I was working at my job. And it'll be much easier and much more fun and much less dangerous. 3, the other thing about doing all this, you know, thinking about moving into my car, saving money for so long, and I don't think I'd be trying to teach Spanish if I was living in my house. I would have come up with so many excuses not to, or teaching English, trying to, because I would have come up with so many excuses. Uh, Learning straight line persuasion, sales techniques from Jordan Belfort. Even though I haven't looked at them lately or studied them, I studied them for hundreds and hundreds of hours. I was obsessed with them. I thought I'd get rich at a sales job doing it, selling insurance. I ended up quitting that job in 10 days. I just realized I don't want to do this. And I'm still paying off bills for that. But, and after that, it kind of turned me off in a way. Not that I didn't want straight line persuasion, but I'm like, okay, I figured out what I could have possibly wanted to do with that. I got it out of me. I'll always keep the lessons with me, but I don't know if I ever want to use this in like a sales job or what I'll use it for. Now I'll always use it. Use it in film. Anytime you got to communicate with people, really, persuade them, influence them. But now I'm realizing, oh, it'll work perfectly for getting clients to teach English to. It's perfect for it. All the techniques I used immediately I can apply because I studied them so thoroughly and understand so well. Even though I forgot some of the individual things Belfort teaches, it would come back to me so quickly. You quit your cold call sales job less than a month? That is stressful. Yeah, it's more stressful to call people than to just knock on their doors. I had to do both, and I would much rather just knock on their doors. Also because it's harder for them to be, you know, rude, or they can't hang up on you at the door. So all those things led to where I am now. All the failures, losing that film job, or I didn't lose it, I just didn't get it. Not getting that chance, even working at a bar for 5.5 years, even though I was miserable with it at times. It was really not a horrible job. And like I said, towards the end, I was kind of enjoying it. I was like, geez, I don't want this to end. Like, it's nice. But I know I'm being complacent there and just hypnotizing myself into thinking I don't need to do anything else. And that would be a much bigger problem than leaving and taking a chance on, you know, basically just working for myself, making YouTube videos, making videos with my mom, and keeping the discipline as if I had a job. Writing my screenplay, still writing that. Man, I could teach a ton of people. So, what do you all think? Have you ever seen anything like this before? I know that people have done different things, and I never thought I'd live like this. I thought by now I'd probably be rich at filmmaking. But I know possibly teaching Spanish, or English, it would be the greatest thing, in that I could make a lot of money actually helping people with something I think is really important for them to have, piss off racists while doing it, and make an example of how stupid racists are, and helping people that racists hate, and make money to help me make my short films and whatever. Hey, yeet. Make my short films, make videos, write my screenplay, fund my screenplay to produce it into a short film. All kinds of things. Who knows? And best of all, it's a job I don't have to worry about taking off whenever. I mean, sure, yeah, people always, you know, they want to see you at a certain time. It's not like they'll necessarily go back to you if you just leave for 6 months. But there's no boss. There's no schedule. It's just, I'll work with people when they want to work with me. Did I get another donation? Oh, I guess, no, I don't think I did. It just, it seemed like the total just got higher, and I didn't notice. Oh. Thank you for the donations. Again, people donating just little amounts. You could donate to Patreon. So again, another thing I want to mention, I mentioned it earlier in yesterday's video, I've got business cards with my mom on them, and it's my YouTube channel on there. If you want to help promote the channel, I'll mail you some cards, and you can give them out to friends, family, coworkers, or leave them at cafes or restaurants. Just email me at flyingovertroutam@gmail.com. The email's in the description. Send me your address, and I'll mail you some cards for free. I'm actually planning on sending some out tomorrow, and because I already got several emails for them. And it's just a way of, if you want to be connected to me, participating in what my mom and dad and I are doing, And it's like you want to be there to say like, hey, I was there when Angelo and his mom were like, way down in subscribers and just trying to promote their channel. And when everyone else starts realizing, and we've had some videos get popular and all that, but when everyone else sees our videos and whatever else we may do, TV, movies, that you can say you were there, like back at the beginning, even though 10 years, now we've been on for 10 years YouTube now, but it's still kind of like the beginning. We're still kind of, struggling to figure this out. So if you want that, email me at flyingovertroutam@gmail.com, and I'll send you some cards for free. Just send me your address. Also, watch, hopefully tomorrow I can get it up. Him alive of my mom on there. As long as I can get the laptop from my mom's house tomorrow, which I'm planning on going, it's hopefully she doesn't have a change in her schedule, I'll be able to get that and then put that video up tomorrow. That'll be really cool. I'll be glad you guys can see that, because we've been looking forward to it for weeks. We've been trying to get it done. I won't say more than that. I won't spoil it. But it's been something a long time coming, longer than the last few weeks, really. So you'll see that tomorrow, the actual video that they put on the show. And check out the Olive Garden video too that my mom and I did. My mom and I went to Olive Garden and we got Nolan from Great Teen Vids 14 Kids to edit it. He did a fantastic job. He's amazing. He did the Jeff Purdy video. Look that up. Jeff Purdy, like Jeopardy, but with Jeff. And he's worked on a bunch of other really funny videos. He does this series called The Garden Cast, where he and his friends do commentary while watching an Olive Garden commercial 60 times in a row. There's so many ways to screw that up. I don't think I would be able to do that very well. I would drag things on and get bored, or like sound boring, but Nolan and his friends have the perfect delivery, and I don't know if they write it out ahead of time or what. Like, they have the perfect comic sensibility to make it so much fun and so interesting. These videos have gotten hundreds of thousands of views. They've had several episodes of it, The Garden Cast. They've got a new one coming out April 2nd. So this has been a long time coming. So go to his channel, Great Teen Vids 14 Kids, after you see the My Mom Goes to Olive Garden video, and subscribe to him and click the notification bell, and hopefully we'll work together in the future too. He's edited a couple of my videos before. If you look at Angelo's Mom versus Alexa, he edited that one as well. So hopefully I can get the laptop tomorrow. I hope that's not an issue. And then you'll all be able to see the Jim Kimmel video. Now, why do I feel weird about talking this long? I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just my body telling me, okay, time to get back to work. Time to study Spanish again. Also time to eat. I barely ate today. I feel like I barely eat all the time, and yet I'm struggling to lose weight. Oh, and I gotta get some water. I got some water, but I gotta get some more water. Again, click the like button, everybody. Helps get this video suggested by YouTube to other people. My car is starting up lately. Now it makes a weird buzzing sound sometimes when I turn the key. I'm a little worried about that. Like, oh crap, I hope I don't have to pay for expensive car repairs. I'm gonna check with the mad scientist, see what he says. It may just be the same issue where I need a new starter. It's gonna be like $100. He's offered to put it in for me, so all right, that's not the worst thing, but that's a lot of money. Yeah, I don't know what it is, talking a lot. It's like now I'm getting goosebumps. I feel all weird and stuff. I don't ever talk this much. I'm just talking a lot just because I feel like it's a big day. Having no job after 5.5 years there, being homeless. But in a way, it's like poised me for the greatest, like the biggest possible change. as opposed to if I was already successful in doing what I wanted. So let's see, I'm gonna cross, and I might get going just because I feel weird. I think I gotta eat. I barely ate today. I worked out kind of hard, and I barely ate yesterday. So I went like practically like 20 hours without eating. Well, except a slice of bread and some cornflakes. So any last questions you guys want to get in? I feel weird, man. I don't know, maybe it's just not eating. I get this like weird tingly feeling all over my body. I think it's from talking too much. It like does something to the nerves in my jaw and it affects my whole body. Should have done this during the day. I got to pick another location too. I think it makes me uncomfortable feeling all these cars moving by and people walking by. So remember, if you want the cards to send out, email me, flyingovertroutam@gmail.com. It's in the description, and the trout's with a 0, and I'll send you some cards. Just send me your address and I'll mail them to you, and you can give them out to people to promote the channel. Because I want to go back out and give out cards on the street, but I almost don't have time. I wonder how much time do I really have to do that? Because a lot of those people probably aren't subscribing. They're just going to watch maybe once, and that's that. Although it was cool meeting people on the street. The people who went up to me were really nice. And watch tomorrow. Froze again? Okay. Watch. Okay, this keeps freezing, so I gotta go. Watch tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have the Jimmy Kimmel video up. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye.